Hey, isn't this flower pretty? Whoa, these are even prettier. Did you just see what I did there? I compared the flowers to one another and expressed my views about their looks. I used different forms of the adjective pretty to describe them. When we use adjectives in their different forms, as done above, we use degrees of comparison of adjectives. Today, we shall discuss the three forms of adjectives: positive, comparative, and superlative. To continue learning about them, stay tuned because this video is going to be interesting. Hello everyone. Welcome back to the English Diaries. We are meeting after a break. I hope all of you have been doing well and are taking precautions to stay safe from COVID. Alrighty, let us now proceed to discuss what we had started in our last video: adjectives. Last time, we discussed adjectives and how they differ from adverbs. In this video, we shall discuss the different degrees of comparison of adjectives, their correct usage, and I have another surprise for you at the end. That is a topic that not many people know about, and people make lots of mistakes because they don't know about it. You may not even have heard about it, but trust me, you need to know what that is. You're really going to benefit from it. So, you've got to stay tuned, people. Let's begin. We all know by now that adjectives are the words that describe nouns. In other words, they tell us more about nouns. The basic form of the adjective is the positive degree. For instance, pretty, kind, young, lively, etc. But what do we do when we wish to compare the quality of one with another? Suppose we wish to compare the quality of kindness in two people. How would we do it? And what if we were to observe a large group of people and again compare the kindness quotient in them? This is exactly where the need for degrees of comparison of adjectives comes in. If we are comparing the kindness of one person with another, we will use the comparative form of the adjectives. To share a few examples, she is kinder than her friend Beth. In the sentence given above, kinder is acting as a comparative adjective. A comparison is being made between the girl and her friend Beth's kindness. The sentence tells us that the girl has more kindness in her than her friend Beth. He is more emotional than his friend Adam. This sentence is comparing the emotional quotient of the boy and his friend Adam. It has been said that the boy has a higher emotional quotient as compared to that of his friend Adam. From these examples, we understand that comparative adjectives make a comparison between two or more people or things. For most one-syllable adjectives, the comparative form is formed by adding the suffix er, or just r if the adjective already ends with an e. For two-syllable adjectives ending in y, we replace y with ier. For multi-syllable adjectives, we add the word more. To understand this better, let's use a few examples. This garden is cleaner than the other one. Here, the adjective cleaner has been used to compare two gardens. Clean is a one-syllable word. By simply adding the suffix er to it, the comparative adjective cleaner is formed. By the way, if you're wondering what a suffix is, it's basically a group of letters placed at the end of words to form new words from them. Another example. I may give too many examples, but honestly, that is the best way through which I could help you understand better. Okay, so back to the sentence. Claire is more intelligent than her friend Larissa. In this sentence, the intelligence of two people, Claire and Larissa, is being compared. The comparative adjective here is more intelligent. More intelligent is the comparative form of the adjective intelligent. Now you may be wondering, intelligenter was not used instead of more intelligent? Well, let me tell you that intelligenter is not any word, guys. Intelligent is a multi-syllable word, hence we use the word more to form its comparative version. And by the way, if you noticed, the comparative form of the adjective is often followed by the word than, as it indicates comparison between two or more people or things. Now, let's move on to superlative adjectives. Superlative adjectives are used to convey that someone or something has the highest or lowest degree of the quality being discussed. This is the highest degree of comparison of adjectives. For instance, the garden is the cleanest in the neighborhood. In the sentence I just spoke out, it is being said that a particular garden is the cleanest one in the neighborhood. The cleanliness of the garden is on a level that is of the highest degree of comparison. This means that no other garden could be cleaner than that. Cleanest is the superlative form of the adjective clean. As mentioned earlier, clean is a one-syllable word, and one-syllable adjectives become superlatives by adding the suffix est or just st for adjectives that already end in e. Hence, the word cleanest. In two-syllable adjectives ending in y, we replace y with iest, while in multi-syllable adjectives, we add the word most. To demonstrate, Claire is the most intelligent girl in her batch. As you can see, the sentence shown above states that Claire is the most intelligent girl in her batch, which means that no one is more intelligent than her. Most intelligent is a superlative form of intelligent. Since intelligent is a multi-syllable word, the word most was added to it to form its superlative version. In case you noticed, the article the often precedes the superlative adjective, as only one specific person or thing can have the most or the least of the quality in question. Coordinate adjectives. The secret topic, guys. This is the thing I was telling you about. You may not even have heard of this before, but trust me, knowing about this is going to help you a lot. Are any two or more adjectives used together called coordinate adjectives, or is there more to it? Two or more adjectives are said to be coordinate if they describe the same noun in a sentence. They should be separated by a comma or the word and. For example, Craig's hard work, perseverance, and patience have resulted in his success today. Now, does this mean that anytime and every time two or more adjectives are used together, they are coordinate? No, not always. There is a difference. Not all adjectives used together fall in the category of coordinate adjectives. Do you remember that in maths, we study the concept of BOD-MAS, wherein we gave priority to the bracket? Well, we are going to do something similar here as well. Have a look at the following sentence. My mother gave me a stunning silver bracelet. In this sentence, the word bracelet is a noun and the words stunning and silver both are adjectives. However, we have not separated them with a comma. Let us discuss why. The word silver has been used as an adjective to describe the bracelet. Now, consider a bracket around both these words together, silver and bracelet. Let's have a look at the new sentence that has been formed. My mother gave me a stunning silver bracelet. Now, the adjective stunning is being used outside the bracket to describe the silver bracelet, which is considered as a single unit. That is, stunning, bracket open, silver bracelet, bracket close. So the formula here is adjective into bracket open, adjective plus noun, bracket close. Because the adjective plus noun, which is in the bracket, is considered as one unit, so these are cumulative adjectives and not coordinate adjectives. Sometimes it is tough to decide whether the given adjectives are coordinate or not. Try inserting the word and between the adjectives to see if the phrase still seems natural. Doing the same with the example that we took, we get a new sentence. My mother gave me a stunning and silver bracelet. Doesn't that sound weird? Well, it not just sounds weird, but is incorrect as well. The correct version has silver and stunning together, which means that they're cumulative adjectives. Do a few more examples in your head to get clarity. Another way to test for coordinate adjectives is to try switching the order of the adjectives and see if the sentence still makes sense. To demonstrate, if we reverse the order of adjectives in the sentence that we used earlier, the new sentence formed is, my mother gave me a silver stunning bracelet. Again, this sentence does not make sense at all because the word stunning describes how the silver bracelet is. Hence, I repeat, these are cumulative adjectives in this sentence. Yes, you did it. Congrats for reaching the end of this video. If you found it helpful, make sure to smash that like button down below. You may ask your questions in the comments section and I'll try my best to solve your queries. Want me to make more videos? Well, you'll have to subscribe to my channel then. And how can I forget? I want you all to make sure that you ring that notification bell right beside the subscribe button so that you get notified whenever I come online. Thank you for staying tuned till the end of this video. See you next time. Bye-bye.